And happening today, a Louisville man is set to go on trial for the murder of his child's mother. Police say in February of 2022, Christopher Gordon shot and killed Angelica James in PRP. He is also accused of shooting a 10-year-old who survived. He then took off with his 2-year-old child, setting off an Amber Alert. That child was later found safe, and Gordon was arrested days later.
Angelica James made the decision to try her luck at love with a man with a criminal history after numerous failed relationships. Since everyone deserves a second opportunity, James truly tried not to judge Christopher's background because she loved him. At one point, as Christopher's anger went against her 10-year-old son, Angelica's affection for him faded. Gordon pulled out a revolver after a heated confrontation, striking the 10-year-old who was hurt but still alive. That was the tipping point. Determined to protect her children, James picked them up and ran away. Regretfully, after Angelica decided to keep her child safe, Gordon saw an opportunity to murder her. Let's explore this story to learn what ultimately caused the awful demise of this young mother. Before we begin this video, we would like to express our deepest sympathies to the family and friends who were severely affected by this horrible crime. We would also like to send condolences to Angelica's family and friends. Today's case takes us to Louisville. Louisville is a city in the state of Kentucky, located along the Ohio River in the northern part of the state, near the Indiana border. The city has a population of around 630,000 residents. Louisville is best known for the Kentucky Derby, a world-famous horse race held annually at Churchill Downs. The city is also recognized for its bourbon culture, being a key part of the Bourbon Trail, and its vibrant art scene, including the Louisville Slugger Museum and Factory, home to the iconic baseball bat. Additionally, it's the birthplace of boxing legend Muhammad Ali. Angelina Marie James, 38, was a mother, a sister, a friend, and a daughter. In addition to being a devoted mother of 4, she had a lovely and brilliant soul. The glue that kept her loved ones together was Angelica. James gave her pals the impression that they were a member of her family in life. Both she and her children cherished her. Marie was a devoted mother who completed her high school education while carrying one of her children. She had an incredible bond with her kids. James thought that people should be given a chance. Christopher Gordon and Angelica James were romantically involved and had a son together. Angelica was ready to give him another chance despite the fact that her family members were concerned and disapproved of their connection. Sadly, he would kill her after assaulting her son. A series of events unfolded around 4 p.m. on February 27, 2022, starting with a woman identified as Angelina James and a 10-year-old child being shot in the 100 block of Quiet Way, which is in Newburgh. Following that, authorities released an Amber Alert for a 2-year-old child they believed had been abducted by his 32-year-old father. Christopher Lee Gordon Sr. James had been shot several times when the police came, and her 10-year-old son had been shot in the hand and shoulder. James was declared dead at the scene by the officers. He left the scene driving a Ford F-1150 with his 2-year-old son. Gordon was named as a suspect in her murder by the police because they said he and James shared their child. Although Christopher Gordon fled, his young son Kason Gordon was discovered in his truck on Lentz Avenue almost 6 hours later. After being shot, the 10-year-old was rushed to Norton Children's Hospital for treatment. He made it through his wounds. Court records show there was a history of domestic violence between Gordon and James. Gordon was listed as a defendant for multiple other cases with at least one other woman. Arrest reports show how he punched a woman in the face, threw someone on the ground and punched her in the ribs, and slammed someone's head against a wall, among other allegations. Records show Gordon had a lengthy history of domestic violence, guilty pleas, and leaving prison long before serving his sentences. His criminal record shows he pleaded guilty to domestic violence, assault, and reckless homicide. He was on misdemeanor intensive probation when this happened. Gordon was convicted of reckless homicide after killing 17-year-old Norman Beals. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison in 2011 but was released early. Just 2 years later, he was charged with wanton endangerment in 2013 and was sentenced to 3 years. He was released early again, with court records showing he was charged with domestic violence assault in 2015, 2017, 2019, and 2021. These cases all involved different women, but they were both mothers of his children.
A man is on the run tonight after police say he kidnapped his child after killing the mother.
Police say Christopher Gordon could be dangerous as he's now wanted for murder. WLKY's Gladys Batista joins us live tonight. Gladys, this isn't the first time that he's been accused of a violent crime.
Yeah, that's right, Vicky, Stefan. We've been going through his criminal history, and what we found is an array of charges that range from murder in 2009, escape, to domestic violence. In fact, Gordon was due in court 1 week from today for a probation violation, for which there is an active warrant out for his arrest right now. But of course, we do know that the charges that he is likely to face now are much more serious.
He is wanted on fresh charges of murder, and an arrest warrant is being applied for.
Police say 32-year-old Christopher Lee Gordon is the man who turned Quiet Way in Newburgh into a crime scene Sunday evening.
There was an argument. He took the child, came back, another argument ensued, and then the shooting happened.
Police responded to this block around 4 p.m. Sunday. That's where they found 38-year-old Angelica James dead in a car. She was shot multiple times, and she wasn't alone.
With her was a 10-year-old child. He also suffered gunshot wounds, one to the hand and one to the shoulder. He is expected to make a full recovery.
Neighbors say Gordon hit this car and left these tire marks on the street as he took off. Police then learned Gordon had taken the 2-year-old son he shared with James, Kason Gordon, which set off an Amber Alert. Gordon's family called LMPD a short time later to say he had dropped off the child to loved ones and the child was safe.
Later in the evening, the homicide unit was able to locate Mr. Gordon's abandoned vehicle in the 3700 block of Lentz Avenue.
But there was still no sign of Gordon, a man police say is no stranger to the law.
Mr. Gordon has a significant violent history, to include being charged with murder in 2009.
Court records show that 2009 murder charge was amended to reckless homicide, for which Gordon was sentenced to 5 years. In 2018, he was arrested again for escape and put on 5 years supervised release. In 2019, Gordon was arrested for domestic violence. Documents allege Gordon kicked in the victim's back door, dragged her to a car, started hitting and choking her, and that woman only escaped by jumping from the moving car. And just last year, Gordon pleaded guilty to punching Angelica James in the face and stealing her car. Now, he's accused of killing her.
LMPD is again asking for assistance from the community in helping us locate and apprehend Mr. Gordon in order to provide relief and closure to all parties affected by this senseless tragedy.
Now, police say if you do see Gordon, do not approach him. Instead, call 911 because he is considered armed and dangerous. But, Stefan, Vicky, I've got to tell you, this is such a tragedy. This woman leaves behind a 2-year-old son. We do know there is also a 10-year-old involved in this, so it's definitely tragic all around. For now, we're live at LMPD headquarters for you tonight. Gladys Bautista, WLKY.
Gordon is said to have struck Angelica's oldest son. As a result, James moved out and fled, and Angelica attempted to obtain a protection order against him. Gordon located her even though James was hiding from him. Gordon trailed her for weeks, changing vehicles and phone numbers while coming to a stop in front of the house. He killed Angelica and shot her son, whom he had previously assaulted, and he abducted their 2-year-old boy, who was discovered uninjured because she refused to be in a relationship with him. Christopher Gordon was found guilty of murdering the mother of his child. He was convicted of several charges including murder, assault, and possession of a handgun by convicted felon in connection with the case from February 2022. He could be sentenced to life in prison. We hope Angelica's loved ones get the justice they deserve so they can move past this pain, even though Gordon has not yet received a sentence. We hope they find peace. If you would like to stay updated with this type of content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the following video.